childhood.
We want to raise awareness of Bardstown and our vital services. We need to raise €100,000. The children and families who come to Bardstown do so entirely free of charge. And to provide these services, we must raise €8 million every year. We only receive 2% of our funding from the government. And we also want to encourage people to sign up to volunteer at Bardstown.
Lotto players in Dublin are being urged to check their tickets as they could be a winner. Saturday night's draw brought €250,000 to one lucky person who bought their ticket online or in the app. The National Lottery says a notification's been sent to the account along with an email. There was no overall winner of the jackpot, which is currently over €4 million and rolls over to Wednesday. And that's your latest news update at 12:04. Sport now, and Arsenal and Manchester United have won 16 Premier League titles between them, and the great rivals meet at the Emirates Stadium this afternoon, kick-off at 4:30. There are two games which start at 2. Liverpool host Aston Villa at Anfield, and it's Crystal Palace versus Wolves at Sellers Park. In the Scottish Premiership, the old firm derby between Rangers and Celtic is just getting underway at Ibrox. From 3, Aberdeen face Hibernian, and it's Hearts up against Motherwell. Yesterday, Republic of Ireland international Evan Ferguson became only the fourth 18-year-old to score a Premier League hat-trick. He fired Bright into a 3-1 win over Newcastle and will now lead the line for the Republic of Ireland against France in Thursday's European Championship qualifier. Ferguson scored 10 goals in 23 top-flight games for the Seagulls. He's just trying to let it all sink in.
Obviously, it's only fresh, isn't it? So it's hard to take in, but it's an unbelievable feeling. Like, as a kid, I think as a striker you want to grow up and score as many goals as you can in the Premier League, and when you get a hat-trick it's a good day.
In golf, Leona Maguire's moved to 9 under par on the final day of the KPMG Women's Irish Open at Dromoland Castle. Anne van Dam of the Netherlands holds a 3-shot lead on 15 under. On the DP World Tour, England's Matt Fitzpatrick leads on 15 under going into his final round of the Omega European Masters. Is on pole position for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. He'll be joined on the front row of the grid by runaway champion leader Max Verstappen. And horse racing, there are 7 flat races at Tipperary, the first off at 2 o'clock. That's your latest news and sport at 12:06.
It's the great autumn of savings at SuperValue, with over 1,000 price cuts on all the big brands you love, like Goodfellas Stone-Baked Tin Pepperoni Pizza was $4.99, now $3.65. Fairy Non-Biopods 33 wash was $17.90, now €9. And money off vouchers every week on the app too. So pop in for great savings in store, online this autumn at SuperValue.
The best of music on your station. Highland Radio.
Hello. It's Greg Hughes here. We are broadcasting this special show live from London. We are at the London Irish Vintage Club, their 2023 Vintage Charity Day, and we're broadcasting here for the next 2 hours. We've got loads of people to talk to, and firstly I'm going to speak to Derek Ryan. Tiny, you'll grab Derek for me there, will you? We've got loads of guests, as I say, people that are living and working here or based here. We're going to have a big chat to all of them, but Derek Ryan's the star of the show here today. He's going to be performing live on the stage. You'll see it on the second camera. He's going to be performing live here a little later on. Derek joins me now. Derek Ryan, how are you getting on?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Welcome to London. Not that it's my town, but I know it's good to be here, isn't it?
Thanks very much. Yeah, I used to live here for a good few years, so I feel like I kind of it's a home away from home, you know.
Have you done? I know you do lots of festivals, lots of gigs. Have you done something like this before? So this sort of outdoor. Sort of diaspora buzz?
No, well, we actually were in Birmingham there last week. We did the Park Fest with Van Morrison and Mary Black and all.
Wow.
But no, never anything in London, you know, so it's pretty cool to be back here. And I used to play in pubs around Greenford and different things, and the sun is out, just amazing weather, and the crowd is already coming in. And we're on stage, I think, about 5 o'clock this evening, so I'm just really looking forward to it now.
Yeah, I think the doors really have only just opened at 12, Tony, is that right? So the numbers are going to start, the people are going to start coming in, thousands come here. It's just a really kind of unique event, isn't it?
Yeah, and just chatting to ladies there, they're making St. Bridget's crosses and lots of stuff going on here, so I'm in for an interesting day, I think. But we're going to get a bit of sleep because we travelled through the night from Wexford last night, and we'll come back then and we're ready to rock, you know.
Brilliant stuff. You've had a busy summer, have you? It's great that I think maybe this is the first or maybe the second year where we're all back doing what we used to do and back engaging with fans again. It must feel great.
Yeah, it was an amazing summer, really. You know, we did a lot of big festivals, you know, in Donegal especially. We did Clonmany, which is always amazing. And I think this year was one of the best yet, really was. The atmosphere was electric up there, and we played in Dungloe and, you know, festivals all around Ireland. And as you say, there's just there's an extra bite to it. Everybody's out, and there's gigs everywhere. I mean, the live scene is so healthy at the minute. And
because you don't know, Derek, do you? You know, when there is an enforced pause on things, you just you can't be sure that it will bounce back like it did, you know, previously. But sometimes, you know, absence makes the heart grow warmer.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right.
No, it could go either way, as you said there, you know. But and there was times, I suppose, when we thought maybe, you know, we never see crowds again. But look, it's great to be back out, and the dances are flying as well. And there's kind of like a resurgence as well of the folk music with the tumbling paddies and all the boys as well. And
Yeah, it's great.
so you know, between that and what we do, you know, the live scene is very healthy, and you know, people are just out and about enjoying gigs again.
Yeah, and how are you balancing up your writing work versus your live performing? I mean, I presume they've got almost equal prominence in your life.
Yeah, I do have a studio at home there now, so I'm living in Fermanagh and do a lot of writing there, and write for other acts as well, you know.
That's where the money's at, Derek, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe if I have a #1 in America or something. But no, it's great. Look, it's a hobby of mine, and yeah, look at it. When a song goes well, obviously there is a few pound in it, but it's more. I suppose it's more the sense of achievement, really. And if a song takes off, you know, for whether it be for me or for another act, you know, it's great. And but no. I suppose we do, you know, kind of try and keep it now where we have 10, maybe 12 gigs a month, and so I have plenty of time for recording a new album myself as well, and hopefully that'll be out in October. A new single coming out this week as well, called The Kick 'Em In, which I'm really excited about. So look, there's lots going on off stage as well, you know, so it's good to keep a balance, you know. You don't want to just be gigging, and then you kind of lose track of where you are as an artist, you know.
Well, listen, it's been great to have a chat to you. Thanks so much. I know, as you say, you were gigging, a brilliant gig last night in Wexford, travelling over. You'll catch a few Z's, and we'll see you at 5.
No problem. Get a few coffees in me.
Good stuff,
Thanks.
Derek. All right, that's Derek Ryan there, who is performing here at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Sean Quinn, come over here till I chat to you, because we've been here. This is our third time coming here to this London Vintage show, and as I've said before in the 9 till noon show, what I love about it, it's coming in and being around people from Ireland, from Donegal, but where they are, rather than always sort of maybe expecting them to join us or fly over and see us and all. But if you try and explain what this day is like, you kind of struggle. So Sean Quinn, our head of sales here at Highland, you know him from such shows as the Mega Cash Draw and so on.
Anything to do with
But
money.
come here, the reason I want to speak to you is for you to give us sort of a sense of what it's like, because it is hard to kind of put in words this show, isn't it?
It is, and I suppose I didn't know what I was coming to, if I'm being perfectly honest. But it was like a wow when we got to the front gate this morning. The size of the place is just massive. I wasn't expecting to see tractors, and certainly wasn't expecting to see lorries, and there's hundreds of them. And it must be, about 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 football pitches size.
But you haven't seen it all yet. Behind us here, there is a £500,000 Rolls Royce, 1912 Rolls Royce. There's loads of old vintage cars and stuff there as well.
Can't wait to see those. I'd love to have one of those, by the way. Might do one of them for a draw one of these days.
Jeez, don't give this man any ideas. But in fairness now, we're over here as guests of Tim Kelly. He is a Donegal man who's doing fantastic over here in terms of employment and company growth and what have you. And we got a beautiful stay in the Hilton Hotel in Wembley. I'm actually embarrassed saying it because last year it wasn't quite as auspicious. But next door to the Wembley Stadium, can you believe it? We booked a Wembley tour and we were within 5 feet of Wembley Stadium.
We could walk within 2 minutes. It's class. An amazing opportunity. But what's amazing is the weather has just been incredible. We've just been so lucky today. Not one of us has got suntan lotion, so we're going to pay for it tomorrow. But sure, we'll worry about that tomorrow.
It's the same last year too. It's kind of like the end of the summer. Right, Sean, if I get stuck, I'll come back to you again later.
You'll be very welcome.
All right, you're tuned to a really special show here on Highland Radio. It's great to have you on board. If you're listening online, if you're listening on the radio, just to remind you that we are streaming across our social media as well. So you can go onto YouTube, Highland Radio Ireland, and watch us there on your big screen, your Fire Stick or whatever device you might have. And we're also across Facebook as well, of course. Now, I'm joined by Mike Ging, Director of Brent Irish Advisory Service. And what I love also about coming over here and doing shows like this, Mike, is learning about these organisations like your organisation. So tell us what Bias is all about.
Bias, we're one of the longest standing charities in London. We support the UK's largest Irish community in Brent. This is our 45th anniversary here this year. We run social groups for the elderly Irish, helping to reduce isolation and empower them. Both bingo, live music, dance. So it's really important in relation to keeping Irish culture alive. But on top of that, we actually run a welfare advice service as well. So we help people in relation to claiming benefits, housing, homelessness, critical sort of areas like that, really.
And I spoke to either was Bias or a similar outfit last year. There's a really important job that you do, because it's fine when people come over here and work and they've got their social network and all that kind of stuff, but they settle here, and maybe when you're out of the work scene, that's when you can start getting a bit of isolation. We talk about rural isolation at home in Dungloe, of course, but you can have urban isolation as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously many people have been here since the 1960s and 50s and whatever, and as they've got older, what I find is their network, they tends to be reduced. A lot of the family move away, so they become more isolated. They tend to have more health issues. So organisations like us, which are frontline, are really quite critical to maintaining the health and keeping that sort of Irish connection, really.
Yeah, and of course, positive mental health, socialising, activity, that all feeds into the physical health side of things as well.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing, they say good physical health is good mental health and vice versa. And obviously, if you're not getting enough income to survive, then you're going to struggle to be independent. If you're isolated, your health is going to go downhill. I mean, the things in relation to the World Health Organisation to say that, we're a human nature. We need to be around people.
We're social animals, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
How tough is living here at the moment? There is a cost of living crisis in Ireland, also in Britain, of course, and then there's complications without getting into it of Brexit and what have you, and trying to, figure out, like, we've zero unemployment in Ireland at the moment, effectively zero. Yeah. What's the situation? What's life like in London and England more generally?
Well, I mean, I think there's a couple of million vacancies, to be quite frank, in the UK. It's actually really hard to recruit people. Yeah. But in relation to the people that come to our service, they tend to be the people, sometimes in relation to our welfare, that haven't done so well in life. They're either getting on in life, they're elderly, they've got poor health, we've got people of cancer, people of arthritis, people of mobility issues. So some things that we do, we actually apply for blue badges, so people can get cars. We provide for things called personal independence plans, which enable people to get benefits to improve the quality of their house. We've got people, again, we help move people into retirement houses and things like that.
How do people engage with your services, though? Because obviously, just taking London itself, it's a massive population. And it's kind of maybe the people that you don't know about that you want to reach. Do you know what I mean? The people that are somewhat isolated or what have you. So how do you reach the people that need your services?
Well, funny enough, we've got a website, but to be quite frank, most of the people who actually come to us word of mouth.
Right, okay.
So we're quite local. I think it's really quite important to have charities that are not too far away from you. If you've got poor health, you're not going to be able to travel for 2 hours to go and get help. So we're based in Brent. We've got plans to open up in Ealing. We've got clubs both in Cricklewood, which is historically quite Irish. We've got a club in Dollis Hill. So we aim to try to bring services where we can. Yeah. We also provide one-to-one outreach. And again, what I was saying, word of mouth, literally we support probably about 400 or 500 people each year in relation to our welfare service, and we have over probably about 3,500 attendances at our clubs.
And finally, in terms of fundraising, do you get any state support, or how do you fund your services?
Yeah, we're really pleased. We've been supported by the Irish Government Immigrant Support Programme for over 45 years, and it's a crucial part of our funding. But thankfully, we also get a lot of funding we get a certain amount of funding from other UK grant-making trusts.
Well done, Lotto and ETC and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. And they're quite critical. We've got a new volunteer project. So again, we're looking for new volunteers, both to help run our clubs. We're actually looking for trustees as well. And as I sort of say again, 45th anniversary this year. We've got an event at the Irish Embassy. And literally, the Irish community play a really important part for us, and days like this are incredibly brilliant. I mean, it's coming together, the community.
It's lovely, isn't it? There's something, we're losing tradition and stuff, but there's something very traditional about this. Now, the reason I'm using silly words like stuff is because it's hard to quantify, isn't it? But already we've got so many different people. They've got the seats out in the middle of the park. The weather's glorious, and it's just something really unique, isn't it?
Well, it's brilliant. I mean, like Maureen and Brendan and the whole committee, what they've done over the last 10 years, they're raising valuable funds for frontline charities, and at the same time we're going to have Irish music. We've got a number of our pensioners here and stuff, and it's great. It's bringing the Irish community together and Irish culture.
Lovely. What's your background? Where are you from originally?
Well, my parents are from Mayo, near Westport.
We'll not hold that against you, obviously.
Mayo.
Actually, I love Mayo.
Well, me too, but we haven't won Sam yet for a number of years.
I was wondering, could we get through a show speaking to people from Ireland without mentioning Mayo and Sam, and we didn't, so thank you for that.
Well, do you know what? It does tend to rain a lot in Mayo, but it's a very, very pretty county. But so London background, but got Clare, I've got family in Dublin. I've worked in the Irish sector for over 20 years. I can tell you about how I've helped to turn charities around and stuff like that. So it's always a challenge. But actually, a couple of things I do want to say is people often forget, and the phrase is the forgotten Irish. Mm-hmm. And it's still an issue, actually, in relation to inequality, discrimination. And I think sometimes we need to remember that. And of course, the Irish community, they built London in the 50s and 60s. I mean, my dad came over in the early 60s, down into the trenches, digging and whatever. You know, those days when you had to dig by hand, whereas now you've got a little digger.
Much of London now stands on the shoulders of the Irish. There's no doubt about that. And that's something we can be proud of. It's not making a false claim or being, needlessly patriotic. It's the fact.
It's true, but do you know what really does slightly annoy me is I don't feel that we get the recognition, as other communities. And I think it's such a shame, really. I mean, really, they often say many an Irishman was buried under the M1 and whatever. Yeah. And, the Irish, they worked in the factories. A lot of the ladies worked in the nurses and whatever. And I think it's a shame, really. I think it needs to be more high profile with the Irish community.
Well, we have, by our nature, a shyness. We don't celebrate our history because it's complicated, and we perhaps need to celebrate our Irishness more. We need to find our voice, I think.
I definitely think so. I'm all for that. All right.
Mike, thanks so much. Ging is an interesting name. Is it Ging? Ging?
It's McGing. And
McGing. I didn't get a Mc.
McGing, and there's a few McGings pubs in Westport as well.
All right. Cheers. We must visit those. Thanks very much, Mike.
Very much.
All right.
I wish you the best, and thanks for everything.
Lovely having you on the programme. Okay. We are on a very special show today. We're broadcasting live from a beautiful, sunny Mayo. We've got loads of people to talk to. Donegal County Council's here. We'll be speaking to them in a moment. And we've already had Derek Ryan. We're going to speak to Tiny Vaughan. But I want also you to send in your requests and dedications. So if you're over here, or you know people here, or you know they're watching or listening to us, please text us 086 60 25,000 from outside the Republic, of course, 00353 86 60 25,000, or you can give us a call on 074 91 25,000. Again, 00353 74 91 25,000. And as I say, we're broadcasting live also across our social media, YouTube, Highland Radio Ireland. Say hello there as well. All right, we'll be back with much more from beautiful sunny London after this break.
At last, a technology that's impossible to ignore. Here we have a device that grabs people's attention. Introducing a technology that's truly impossible to miss. Imagine a technology where it's impossible to scroll past your ads. Welcome to radio. Advertising that's unscrollable. Visit radiocenterireland.ie to see what radio can do for your product or brand.
The Tip O'Neill Irish Diaspora Awards are back for 2023, presented by Donegal County Council. The event will take place on Saturday, September 16th at the Inishowen Gateway Hotel in Buncrana. This year's awards will recognise the contribution of Professor William C. Campbell, Caroline McLaughlin and John T. Fries in their chosen fields. Secure your tickets now through Eventbrite and join us for a fantastic night of crack agus ceol.
Hip and knee pain can be debilitating. That's why at Kingsbridge Private Hospital, our orthopaedic surgeons offer a range of hip and knee surgeries and are ready to help get you back to doing what you love fast. Why wait? Find out more about our health insurance partners and cross-border healthcare options at kingsbridgeprivatehospital.com today.
The best music on your station. Highland Radio.
All right, you're very welcome back. We are live from London on this special show on this Sunday, and I have been joined by Bridie Sweener, who's Service Director at the Ashleen Centre, and I've been quite cruel, haven't I, in that you wanted to know what I was going to ask you, and I says no, didn't I?
Yes, you did, and I don't like this.
No, but please relax, it'll be fine. Tell us a little bit about the work of the Ashleen Centre, and I should say it's the same as Bias. There's a number of charities benefiting from this day. So tell us a wee bit about the work of the Ashleen Centre, please.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you to the committee of the London Irish Vintage Club for being here. It's a fabulous opportunity for charities and really appreciate the hard work. So that, I want to say that in the beginning in case I forget. Ashleen Centre is a Fermanagh-based charity. We're a mental health charity. So our core service is counselling, psychotherapy and child play therapy. So we would see on average between 100 and 120 people a week for counselling. Wow. And we just cover the whole range, everything from anxiety, depression to sexual abuse, victims and survivors of the Troubles, people with suicidal ideations, just, everything that's happening people in life is coming through our door. And it's absolutely fabulous work. I'm, as a manager, don't always work directly with people, but I'm just always awed by the fabulous work of our counsellors, but mostly by the courage of the people who come through the door, because it's not easy to come forward and look for help. It's actually very, very difficult. So, you can't but be inspired by the people who come through the door and work very hard to get better, because it's not an easy journey either.
Are you seeing any trends in other words, maybe the triggers or the life complications or challenges that are pushing people towards your services?
Well, we certainly would see a bigger increase in young people. So between the ages of 17 and 35, we're seeing a much, much bigger increase there. And that is in the aftermath of COVID. We're also seeing maybe an increase in people over 65, maybe the generation who tended to have more resilience. So we're seeing quite an increase there. But really, I suppose the biggest thing that's presenting for people is anxiety. Now, there may well be other things under that, like financial worries, maybe childhood abuse, that type of thing. But what brings them through the door is anxiety.
Yeah. And how do you reach people in terms of, because it's one of those things, you say you deal with maybe 120, 150 people a week. If you were able to sort of deal with 300 a week, it could be about getting the word out rather than a perceived doubling of issues, if you know what I mean. So how do you reach people and how do they engage with your services?
Well, the first thing is we could see 300 people a week if we had the money.
Right.
So it's money that limits the level of the service. But in terms of reaching, I suppose the service is there. It's nearly 35 years in Fermanagh, and it works through Fermanagh and all the surrounding areas, which would include the border counties. So it's there a long time. It's got an excellent reputation, was earned long before I came to work there, so not taking credit for that. But also word of mouth. And the big thing for us is the GPs and the other health professionals like social workers. They're all very aware of what we do, and we probably get 70% of our referrals through them, although people can just lift the phone or go onto our website and refer themselves. Very easy process, and that's part of, I think, what makes it accessible to people as well. Also, it's free. Yeah. Which is really important as well.
And days like this are important, obviously, because this is part of your fundraising drive. But it's also, I'd imagine, great to sort of be seen, if you know what I mean, out of the office, from behind the phones and the desks, and actually to be out being seen by the wider London community.
Absolutely. I mean, any publicity is brilliant, and the expat community are fabulous for supporting stuff in Ireland, north and south, and I think the thing about mental health is, regardless of where we are, regardless of who we're serving, we need to keep talking about it. Mm-hmm. We need to keep saying it is okay. Mental health is the same as physical health. We all will have good days and bad times. And, in the same way as you take a tablet maybe for blood pressure, why wouldn't you go and get your mental health seen about as well? And you can go to your GP. So I think that's the really important thing, that we keep talking about it and we make it okay and a little bit easier. It's never going to be easy for people, but we make it a little bit easier the more we talk about it.
But the biggest step someone can make is contacting an organisation like yours. I would say you see the pattern, you see the trend. They probably defer it, put up blockers, put it off, and then when they start that conversation, when they open that door, it's almost immediate, the improvement. There's still a lot of work to do and it doesn't fix everything, but that first contact is critical, isn't it? Absolutely.
And the sad thing is, that people quite often leave it until they're maybe at breaking point. They don't seek help early enough, so quite often, they're pretty desperate, they're maybe considering suicide when they look for help. So again, you'd really encourage people to try and seek help earlier. And counselling's not an easy fix-all. It can't change everything in your life, but it can change and help you cope with it a little bit better and give you back some quality of life.
If people want a bit more information about the Ashleen, what do you actually call it? Sorry, it's the Ashleen Centre. How do people find out more about the work that you do and actually maybe even contribute or support it?
Oh, if you want to contribute, that'd be brilliant. We actually have leaflets here today where people can sign up to make some donations. We're also on Local Giving, but we have a website which is simply www.theashlinecentre. But if you don't mind, can I mention this event we have coming up?
It's your show, go
yeah,
ahead.
Yeah, good lad, I like you now. I'm getting into this.
You're starting to warm up now, aren't you?
Didn't want to talk in the beginning. But there's maybe just two things I'd like to mention. On the 9th of September, we're having a walk up Culca Mountain, so people will have heard of the Stairway to Heaven. This is for World Suicide Prevention Day, so if anybody would like to join us on that, they'd be very, very welcome. You can register for that via Eventbrite. We also have a lovely event coming up on the 6th of January. We always run this just, sort of old Christmas Day. And it's sort of a day of inspiration. This will be virtual, so anybody from anywhere in the world can join us. And we have the most amazing lineup of speakers who have, seen adversity, come through it, and really inspire. And we also have our very special Adrian Dunbar, who's our patron. Brilliant. Adrian will be doing the opening message.
Is that the chef, James Martin, is it?
No, that's the actor, James Martin.
What's he in?
You're going to ask me that now, and I remember the Irish
Goodbye. We were going
Goodbye.
so well, weren't we?
The Irish Goodbye. The Irish Goodbye. So well. James, that recent film, remember they got all the nominations, so he's absolutely lovely. He's lovely. So he's going to be joining us virtually as well. So that, if anybody wants a wheel lift in the new year, that's a fabulous event.
Superb stuff. It's the Ashleen Centre. Ashleen apparently means dream.
Ashleen is dream, and it was actually the dream of three religious sisters from the Sisters of Mercy who are based in Enniskillen, and they wanted to set up a centre where people, I suppose we're going back to 1990, it was just after the Enniskillen bomb, we were in the midst of a recession, just everything was going on, and they realised that people really needed emotional support. Yeah. So they wanted to set up a centre where people from right across the community, regardless of tradition, could come.
I have an Ashleen, and to be honest with you, I thought it meant nightmare, but your
she's a dream, she's a vision.
Mine's on the right here. Okay.
Dream and a vision.
Listen, thank you so very much, Bridie. I really appreciate it. That was Bridie Sweetie, their Service Director at the Ashleen Centre. You're tuned to a very special show here on Highland Radio. We're broadcasting live from beautiful London. And once again, we're joined by the man you don't want to see his name coming up on your phone because he's tapping you up for something.
Too right.
Brendan Tiny Vaughan. How are you, Brent?
I'm not too bad, hey. And I'll give you an example of that. There, I was looking for traffic marshals for up there, the Ballad Box pub. So I phoned a Galway man, Damien Kelly. I says, Damien, I says, you don't know me, I says, but I run the London Irish Vintage Day. And I says, I'm looking for 2 traffic marshals. I'll ring you back in a minute. He says, no problem. The support we get here is incredible. Hey, and we're blessed with the weather. I was at a show in Calais there last Saturday, and there was I think the Midday was running it, and a lot of volunteers for the hospice, and they just didn't get the weather. We're blessed with good weather over here. Some of the machines that come in there, they're savage wits, and they don't even mark the ground because we have good weather. It's great. And the support we get from the Donegal people is unreal. Hey, Paul O'Donnell.
You're going to start mentioning everyone, Tiny. I'm going to jump across here because you will be here all day talking about this fella and that low loader and someone did something and so on and so forth. But it is what makes it all work, isn't it? So many people pull you out, but they back you. They back what you're trying to do here.
100%. Hey. Without the back, a simple example, we needed 2 metres of backfill for an old gate over there, old entrance. Damien Barber came down with a load within half an hour, down from McDade's yard. Paul O'Donnell got 2-ton bags of chippings for a hole there. That's the kind of support we get. William Coyle phoned me and says, do you want a pickup? I had a pickup at the time, but I got another pickup and we still needed them.
It's not just Donegal though, this is the Irish Vintage Day and you've got people from Mayo, Galway, Dublin all over the place. Isn't it great what I love about this is to come over and you chat to people, they're doing well, they've made businesses, they're employing hundreds of people, thousands in some cases, and they never ever forget their Irishness.
Never. And I got a call last night from a Longford man. He says, any place to land a helicopter down there? I says, I would love a helicopter land here, but I don't think the council will be too happy.
See plenty of helicopters landing in Downings and Carragard.
Oh yeah, the McLaffertys have a helicopter down there. They're always down there.
Yeah. You've spent quite a bit of time at home. You mix your time between here and, of course, Donegal. You're a very proud Donegal man. Are you going to move back soon?
I will be moving back at some stage, and I'm sure Paul O'Donnell and all them boys will be glad, and Tim Kelly, because they're fed up me milking them.
But come here, and another just wee thing about today. Obviously, there's lots of people here with Irish backgrounds and what have you. But it's not just that. The wider community come in and enjoy this day as well. It's very inclusive.
Oh, very high. I mean, you want to see the amount of tractors and lorries is out there from every county. You had Martin Lavelle, big Tony McGovern, everything. No problem whatsoever. Very helpful people. He sponsored the plaques. It's great day altogether. But there's a lot of work. I'm here since Thursday, getting it organised, and it takes a lot of effort, I hope I can keep going at it,
But you're really lucky with the weather, because it was the same last year. Now, we've had a terrible summer at home, as you know, but you come over here, like, this is as good as any day we had in June. It's fantastic. You can't book the weather. You can book Derek Ryan, you can book the food stalls, but you can't book the weather.
No, you can't, Ty, because we're very blessed because
there's a man here looking to speak to you, Tiny.
We're
on the radio. It's all right.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to go and we'll chat to you maybe a little later?
I'll chat later on. We're going to pick up the ambassador.
Ambassador from where and who and where?
Joe McHughes.
Is it?
Oh, yes, I do know.
Right. We might get a chat to him a little later on. All right. I want to say and play a request for Teresa Rogers. She's listening in Downings. Lots of love from Meva and... What's that name? I don't know, it's for joined up writing. You should know me at this stage, Neve. I don't do joined up writing. We also want to say hello to Donal. Another name I can't read. Donal and Annette, is it? And David Hanley in the Old Golf Course Road, Letterkenny, from James McGinley in London. Say hello to all my family in Baltony, Galter Hawk, from Sheila O'Donnell. Live there at the London Vintage Show with us here as well, and a big hello to Michael and Bridget McGeever in Downings who were listening in today. Are they my in-laws? Is that my in-laws? Is it? All right. Hiya, Mickey. Hiya, Bridget. All right. We'll be back with more on the 9 till noon show. No, it's not the 9 till noon show. We'll be back more on this special show from London, the 12 to 2 show in a moment. But firstly, I just want to play a few requests here. Hello to everyone in Meva and Gorton Brad, from David, Ruth, Katie and James. Having a brilliant day at the Vintage Rally in London. Can you put Pretty Girl by the Tumbling Paddies on? Well, listen, there's nothing to say we can't play a bit of music. Valeen O'Leary in Newtown, Cunningham. Happy birthday from all the Burke family in Newtown. Danny Lafferty, happy birthday to you, Danny, from all of your friends. Can you please wish Valeen O'Leary a very happy birthday from Mum and Dad and Jamie and Paul. Another happy birthday to James McGettigan in Killy Stewart, Ardra, from godmother Patricia Gallen in Killygordon. Hello to Pauline Owen, Cleena, John Paul Doherty and all the gang from Clonmany over here for the weekend. Hi, can you please say hello to Brenda McCarry Boyce, Brenda Langan and all from Creasla, and Justin there this year again. Have a lovely day, Greg, and all from Mum and all at home. Okay. Thank you so much. Keep the requests and dedications coming to us. If you happen to know someone's here or you're over here, please feel free to come over and say hello. It's really casual. It doesn't matter. You can just come up and say hello to us. Right, we're going to take a quick break. Rejoin us back here live from London in a couple of minutes.
The sounds of laughter, the words of a friend, your favorite song. Sounds mean so much to us, and our world grows smaller if we experience hearing loss. At Hidden Hearing, you can trust our expert audiologists to help, with a no-quibble 90-day money-back guarantee to ensure peace of mind. Visit www.hiddenhearing.ie or call 1850 21 44 88. Hidden Hearing. Life is worth hearing.
Alzheimer's Memory Walk takes place on Sunday, September 24th nationwide. Will you join us and walk for the 64,000 people living with dementia in Ireland? Register now for your pack and find a walk near you at memorywalk.ie or call 01207 3800. Let's walk together. Alzheimer's Memory Walk, supported by Payzone.
Hi folks, Paul McDevitt here, inviting you to join myself and Jimmy Stafford this Monday night for another edition of the Monday Night Sessions. On the show this week, we welcome our Dra singer-songwriter Gary Mangan. Local singer Keelan Barrett will also be dropping in for a chat and a few songs. And with the Glenties Harvest Fair just around the corner, we'll be chatting to some of the organisers and artists about this amazing event. So, that's the Monday Night Sessions this Monday night between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. right here on Highland Radio.
Broadcasting throughout the Northwest and across the world online. This is Highland Radio.
Your voice, your station. Highland Radio.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, you're very welcome back to this special show live from London. I'm being babysat here by Kevin, and I'm delighted to welcome onto this programme Amy Gillan, who's the London Rose 2023. First and foremost, congratulations for how you presented yourself. We're all so proud in Donegal. You were amazing.
Thank you very much, Greg. I'm delighted to be here today, and I had an absolutely incredible experience representing London and all the people and communities that I care so much about on the Tralee stage. And just want to thank everybody, first of all, just for the people of Donegal, for the people of London and further afield for their incredible support of me during that time.
You were the Donegal Rose, really, say nothing.
Well, I was delighted to represent London and all the people of Donegal. So,
and it's 2017 since you were on with me on, I think the show at that time was the weekend edition. I think you came in on a Saturday morning, and then you popped up on the screen. I didn't know. I said, I know her. And yeah, it's like 6 odd years since you were on with us, on with me last.
yeah, it's been a long time, but a lot has happened in the meantime. I've graduated college from the Royal College of Music in London, and I also actually released my debut album recently. I was on Highland back in April as well, so Flute Chapters was released in April, and many other things have happened, but yeah.
Talk to me about the structure of the album, because obviously it's you on the flute, and there's very few better. But in terms of the structure of the album, the type of music, accompaniment, for those who haven't yet got it and might want to, talk to me a little bit about the album.
So the album was, what I wanted to do with it was to showcase the versatility of the flute and pay homage to composers that have a special association with the flute as well. So it's easy listening classical, it's not heavy classical, but I also recorded the bonus track, which is The Town I Love So Well by Phil Coulter, which I played on the Rose of Tralee stage as well. So it's a hugely special song for me and so many people, and I think it's a lovely album to celebrate the flute and give people a glimpse into what the flute can do and how versatile it is.
And it is a beautiful instrument. I would personally destroy all ukuleles, bagpipes. But the flute, it can stay.
The flute is a wonderful instrument, and you could do so many things with it. Like, I'm trained classically and in jazz as well, but I also play pop on it. I play funk with my bands. We have a kind of jazz funk band, yeah. And I've played rock on it before when I was out in Abu Dhabi. I worked with the UAE's first Emirati rock band, Ashen Runway, and I played on them for their third album, which was Echoes in Eternity. So you can do anything on the flute. It's not just a one-dimensional instrument, and also Irish music as well. So many things.
Yeah, and just Amy mentioned jazz there, just to remind you all that the Dunfanaghy Jazz and Blues Festival is on from Thursday, and it runs all weekend. So if you like jazz, you like blues, I don't know if you think you're going to be there, Amy, but anyway, get to Dunfanaghy. I'm hoping to get down there a couple of days myself because I love jazz. When I worked in a pub in London years ago, there was an old school jazz band. It was like probably about 15 old guys in white shirts, and they came in and it was like ice cream and all that kind of ice cream, you scream, and all that real traditional stuff. It's one of the only good memories I have of London apps. But it came in on a Thursday night and it was just amazing.
Yeah, no, the jazz scene here in London is even incredible too. And we have so many jazz festivals in Ireland that I'd actually love to get more connected in, because I love improvisation. I love just having a jam with people.
Do you find you're a wee bit pigeonholed with the flute, that people presume it's only a certain sort of style that you can play?
Well, that's why I think that what was great about my album was, it shows the versatility, and plus with all the other things that I'm doing, like with my band The Pearls on Velvet as well, we do jazz funk in that band, so it shows you can be classically trained. I'm trained in jazz, but you can do so many things with it. It can be cool, and it is cool.
Phil Coulter is amazing, and I just would love us to celebrate him a bit more now, because we will down the line at some point. But what he's done is unbelievable. You talk about the Town I Love So Well. He wrote My Boy for Elvis. I mean, this guy, for Elvis Presley, It's one of Elvis's best. I mean, this guy's something else, isn't he?
Oh, he's amazing. Like, I had the pleasure of meeting Phil Coulter actually, I think it was before the pandemic in Harvey's Point when he did a concert there. And, you know, it was an incredible evening of music, and he can really write a melody. Every single thing is so beautiful, and so many amazing songs that possibly people don't know are written by Phil Coulter that are massive hits as well. So, you know, I
think is he involved in the Ireland's Calling song as well, I think. Yeah, he's behind that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's written so many amazing things, and you know, just even the lyrics with the Town I Love So Well is so poignant, and I just felt like that was, you know, such a great song for me to choose for the bonus track of the album and to play in Tralee as well, because it means so much to me and to so many people as well.
What's your takeaway from being the London Rose and that whole experience? I kind of have a wee bit of involvement in Mary from Dungloe, right? So I get a sense of the community, of the people that are involved in it, and how people form friendships and what have you for the rest of their lives and stuff. So what is your takeaway from your Rose of Tralee experience?
I think, as you said, similarly to the Mary from Dungloe festival, it's the sense of community. You know, I've had the best experience, like it was a once in a lifetime experience on the Rose of Tralee tour and down in Tralee as well as part of the festival, and the community that it brings together is incredible, really, you know, because it brings people, not only Irish people but people from all over the world, and you become a family for that time. You know, I'm speaking as part of, you know, the Roses and the escorts and everything, but the general public, you know, the people that come to support each other and be part of the bigger community together, and I think that's why it's so important.
I thought the lady's name escapes me, the co-presented.
Oh, Catherine Thomas, yes.
I thought she was brilliant. I love how down to earth and natural and real she was, and modern.
Yeah, she was fantastic. She allowed me to, you know, speak about all the things that I'm so passionate about, and I'm so grateful to, you know, have an interview with her and to meet Dahi O'Shea as well, and to you know, to just discuss everything, you know, music, Sinead O'Connor, John Hume, and
but she heard you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. She didn't just speak to you; she heard you, which I think was nice.
Absolutely, no, she took everything on board and made sure to give me my time to, you know, speak about the things that I'm, you know, wanted to speak about.
An amazing platform for you, for your career, for your music and everything as well. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. That's why I'm just so grateful for the experience, and I'm just so looking forward to wearing the London Rose sash for the next year, or the next under a year now at this stage. But
you'll have to tear it off your shoulders.
I think so, because, you know, just to be connected more into the Irish communities in London as well as.
Did you get home much, Amy?
I actually just flew in from Derry yesterday evening, so I was in.
4:30 was it?
I wasn't up that early. No, I was on the afternoon one, so yeah.
We flew over with Logan Air as well. I've never been on a plane that small. That sounds like I'm a jet setter. I'm not. But it was great, like. But it was just when I stepped up four steps into the plane.
They're an amazing company though as well. It's you know, because they were so you know, generous towards me yesterday. I was, you know, quite heavy with the suitcases. They took my hat box on board.
Oh, look at you getting the special treatment.
I just want to say thank you to Logan Air, because I had a lot of luggage to come back from Rose of Tralee.
And where's the flute, please?
I didn't bring the flute with me today. I wish I did now. But I think you might have a recording anyway.
We will. Are we going to play? Have we got Amy back at bass? Have we? On our system, we'll play a track of yours a little later on. Amy, thank you so much, and thank you for doing us proud as well.
Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate that.
Okay, that is Amy Gillan, the London Rose 2023. Thanks so much, Amy. Do we have a track from Amy on the system? No. Kevin, you can have a look at that if you want to. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, by the way, to Neve, who is with us today, and we have Kevin. Come on in, gentlemen. It's a party. Come on in. Yes, gentlemen. Gary Martin from Donegal County Council. We're also joined by Martin Harley, Cahirlock of Donegal County Council. I'll start with you, Gary, if that's all right. We're back again. I'm not having to sell my soul for a T-shirt this year, which is fantastic.
No, we found out just what value your soul had last year, so it's definitely not worth the DNA T-shirts, Greg.
Jesus. Can I blaspheme? My apologies. But that was a low blow. But come here, you and the team are over here. Tell us about actually the competition that's running. Do you have the details of that, Gary? Because there's a cracking little competition going for anyone who is here at the London Vintage Show today.
We have, yeah. I suppose, look, it's a way of showcasing what we have in Donegal. We have return flights with Logan Air from Heathrow to Derry. And also then we have an accommodation offering as well in Bundoran. as well. So look, we'd encourage anybody actually who's here today to come over to our stand, put down your name, and we look forward to drawing later on, and hopefully you'll be a prize winner and we'll see you in Donegal.
Yeah, and it's flying from here to Donegal, so it's obviously it's well coincided for an event like this.
Well, we're fortunate, I suppose.
What are you doing with the camera? 1 second. The cable's not that long. My word, I have to do everything myself. Sorry, Gary, you were saying.
We're fortunate enough in Donegal to be served, I suppose, locally by two airports that serve the international market. Our own Donegal airport, obviously, serving Dublin and Glasgow, but also then with Derry just next door to us as part of our city region, and we have a direct link in there to Heathrow, which is obviously a very, very preferred route for people to travel to London.
Yeah, I was chatting to someone who was really, they were really giving out about them switching the airport into London. But as it turned out, it was just because it was handy for them that they went to a whole other airport. But obviously, in terms of interconnecting flights and whatever, Heathrow's where it's at. As I mentioned, the Caherloch of Donegal County Council is Martin Harley. Martin, great to chat to you again. How are you keeping?
Great, Greg. It's great to be here today with all the Donegal people, and I'm looking forward to meeting up with a lot of people from around Donegal that have emigrated here over the years. I have a lot of relations that have moved here over the years, and they're involved with Chicago Gale, so looking forward to meeting them during the day. The London Donegal Day is great day to highlight what we have best in Donegal, and
it's actually all of Ireland, but we just pretend it's just Donegal. Say nothing to Tiny.
Yeah, but it's a great day to showcase Ireland even, and the great city and the city of London. So it's a fantastic day, and we're blessed with the weather. Hopefully.
Well, that's it. You know, it's kind of a strange one, isn't it? Because if you didn't have the weather, you could be in Dunfanaghy, you could be in Rossnowla, you know what I mean? Like, it's really like a little piece of Ireland here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, when you come up there and you see all the vintage tractors and cars there, it's you don't think you're just in one of the major cities of the world. It's great, and then you see all the Donegal flags when you pull in the gate and all, so it's fantastic, and it's a fantastic when you see all the people here today who have invested in Donegal over the years, and I suppose that's why Donegal as a county council are putting things in place that people will come back and invest in our county as well. So that's great, and in other parts of the country as well if they want to.
Now, I think the record last year was set for Caherloch to leave the bar at 3 a.m. So do you think you might beat 3 a.m. tonight, or would you be home earlier?
No, I wouldn't. No, I'll just be mingling. I'll just be mingling now. I'll probably have
pressing the flesh.
A few 0-0s or something like that.
No bother to you, and I'm only joking. Gary, this is a no-brainer for the council to be involved in an event like this, isn't it?
I suppose, look, what we've been trying to do for a number of years now is to build, I suppose, relationships with people that I suppose we think have an affinity for Donegal. Some of them are people that actually, have come, as Martin has said, come from Donegal and emigrated, and they've, made their lives here, but their heart has always been in Donegal. And what we want people to be aware of is what we are actually doing in Donegal at the minute, trying to build, I suppose, a new economy, and the opportunities for those people actually to work with us as we do that as well. And we've seen some of the fruits of that over the last number of years as well, where we have quite a number of investors now who have come from places like London, invested back again at home, because they see A, they'll get a return on their investment, but B, because the economy is on the up. We do have sometimes the likes of us, Greg, we live in the county, and we pass through it every day. You and I pass through Barnes Gap every day, and we just we're so used to seeing, I suppose, the beautiful scenery and the very.
We kind of take it for granted, don't we?
We do, and that's it. And it's like we're snowblind to what we actually have. But when you actually compare what we have in the round to anywhere else in the world, I'm paid to say it, but I think we have the best county in the entire place.
And also, Martin, look, I have a role to play in terms of, if there are issues that need addressing or what have you, you yourself have to do it as well. But I think we all do, but we also have to make sure that we don't run ourselves into the ground completely, that we do recognise how things are improving. How Donegal now, for Gary, your job's getting a bit easier attracting people back to the county because of access and broadband and what have you. We have to make sure that we also talk ourselves up, don't we?
Oh yeah, we have to keep it talk ourselves up, and which is probably as well the fact that I'm so looking forward to later on this year that Tim Kelly of Kelly Communications here in London, that we're given the freedom of Donegal later on this year as my year's mayor. So Tim has a tent here today. I'm sure we shall visit at some stage today. And,
for the 0-0s, obviously.
0-0s. But with people like that there have given a lot back to the county, and it's great to celebrate those people today. So it's great for us later on in the year to celebrate Tim and the people that that have worked with and the people that he has employed over the years.
And it's not just Tim and others, it's actually hard to get them on the radio because they don't want to blow their own trumpet, so to speak, but they're doing amazing stuff in terms of, contributing to this society, but in terms of employment and supporting at home, but they don't shout it from the rooftops, do they, Gary?
Look, a lot of us, I was actually born in London back in the 1960s, and my mum and dad worked here, and I was fortunate enough to be able to go back and live again in Donegal, and I have lots of cousins still living over here as well. There's a very, very close affinity with London and with the UK from Ireland, and something that we need to celebrate as well. It's not a wrong thing to say. Look at London and the UK has been very good to Ireland and to Donegal, and as Martin has said, there's an awful lot of the guys that have come over from Donegal over the years, and they've done really, really well here, but they've never forgotten where they've come from as well, and that's why it's great on a day like this to be able to meet them and say hi and have the chat and just see what's going on in their lives as well.
And you know what, Martin, it's a great honour for you too. I mean, you are the county's first citizen to be over here representing your county. It's a lovely thing for you as well.
No, I'm very proud to be here today and meeting the people there from Glenconkill, Folk Village, making their crosses here today and all that, and people that I know from down there. So no, I'm very proud to be here today, and I'm very proud that the president of Chiconnell Gales is a cousin of mine, and the chairman at the moment went to school with me, so I have great affection for this club. And there have been a few people from Ballybofey who have passed away down the years who were the founder members of Chiconnell Gales. Bernard Lafferty, who passed away this year, and Liam Doherty from Dewis as well. So there's a great connection even between Ballybofey and the Chiconnell Gales. So it's a great, proud honour for me to be here today.
And their spirits live on at events like this as well. Nice for you to mention them, but they're not forgotten. Gary, finally, remind us this competition again. Now, this is specifically if you are over here in London, but just so happens, you could be lucky. The odds are good. What's happening again at the stand here beside Highland Radio stand?
Well, look, what we want to do as well as part of it, and I'll mention the competition at the tail end, but I just want to mention the Love Donegal Day that's coming up on the 14th of September. Since its inception a few years back, it's grown exponentially.
I'm an influencer, When am I going to get some of this council cash?
Greg, we can't talk about council cash on the radio of all things. We'll take that off air. We had 13 million engagements last year. It's incredible. And what we'd encourage people to do on the 14th of September is link into hashtag Love Donegal. Put up what Donegal represents to you, your pictures, your comments, your observations, your memories, what it means to you. Really encourage everyone to do that, including those at home. As I said, we have a role to play in that as well. So it's really important that we do that. And we try to celebrate Donegal in many ways with the Tip O'Neill Awards coming up later on this year as well. And coincidentally, one of the recipients this year is a lady called Caroline McLaughlin, who's actually from Buncrana, but who's working here in London with Morgan Stanley. And again, as part of that, developing of those relationships with those guys that actually have an affinity with home and who we want to develop relationships with as well over a period of time, and acknowledging them, similar to Tim Kelly, acknowledging what they've actually done for our county. And I suppose as part of that, just to reconfirm the competition that we have, people coming here today, look, sign up at our stand, for the free draw. The draw, return flights from Heathrow to Derry, accommodation in Donegal. I think we've got a few other wee goodies on there as well as part of it. So come over, make sure you get your name down. If you're not in, you can't win.
My word. I would love to have had a chat with you as well, Cahirlock, but unfortunately we also booked Gary Martin at the same time, so my apologies.
No, it's fine. I'm delighted to work alongside Gary, and I know the fantastic work that Gary has done for the council and for Donegal over a number of years, and he puts his heart and soul into it and is really passionate about it. So we're lucky as a council to have someone like Gary on the team. For sure. Yeah. So. And
just in relation to that Love Donegal thing, we all have a role to play in getting us trending, getting that message out there, celebrating what's good about the county. Other counties try it, but they can't do it as good as we do it. That Love Donegal thing is massive, and every little bit helps, doesn't it, Gary?
It does, absolutely. Yeah. Look, let's get the brand out there. We know what Donegal is, we know how special it is. Let's get it out there and make sure that everyone else knows it as well.
Thank you very much, Gary. As always, lovely to chat to you, and you're a great sport as well. And Cahirlock, Martin Harley, thank you so much as well.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for today.
All right, you are tuned. Oh, I forgot there's a camera on me. You're tuned to a very special programme here on Highland Radio. We're heading a break. Is there a break going into the news? When? Is it ready now? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a break. We'll break for the news at 1 o'clock. Rejoin us live here from the beautiful Chiconnell Gales GEA grounds, where it's the London Irish Vintage Club Irish Day, Vintage Charity Day. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. Stay where you are.
Dunnes Stores Double Savers gives you new ways to shrink your bill. Save in the aisles on fresh ingredients for delicious teriyaki salmon bowls. Step 1. Pick up a 2-pack of salmon darns, just €4. Step 2. Marinate, then sear in a hot pan. Step 3. Steam your broccoli and cut a 69-cent avocado. Step 4. Serve over basmati rice, just 65 cents for 250 grams. Then save at the till with our 5 off 25 grocery vouchers. Dunnes Stores. Always better value. Terms and conditions apply. Voucher can be used on next in-store grocery shop for €25 or more.
Why did I choose Ulster? I wanted a university who could give me the biggest possible future, but also the best possible time now. Somewhere I could make friends and have good crack, but also to set me up for the best job possible. I'm planning to take up one of the study abroad options, and then my big plan is to specialise in media law in LA. But for now, NI has one of the lowest student living costs in the UK. So, night markets, here I come.
Learn why over 30,000 students choose Ulster at ulster.ac.uk/go north. Apply now for this September.
Is the appearance of your staff important to your business? It's the first point of contact for customers when entering your premises. At C&M Embroidery in Letterkenny, they have a huge range of clothing covering all areas of the workplace. It's widely known that customers warm to and trust employees that present themselves well. Have your company name embroidered or printed on all your work uniforms. Contact C&M Embroidery on 07491 28097 and get your staff looking their best.
Hi, Jean Kern here to announce the restart of the Highland Radio Book Club for the autumn-winter season. Our first review will be Lessons in Chemistry by Bunny Garmus. Don't be put off by the title, as it's one of the best reads that I have come across in a while. It's funny, thought-provoking and unputdownable. The novel introduces readers to an exceptional woman, Elizabeth Zott, struggling to succeed in a male-dominated field of science. It's set in the early 60s, when it was difficult for any woman to enter a traditional man's profession. Forced to resign as a chemist, she reluctantly signs up to host a TV cooking show, Supper at 6, and it instantly becomes a national success. We will be reviewing this novel on my show on Sunday the 24th of September, and as always, if you'd like to take part in any of our reviews, email me jeankern@highlandradio.com.
Hegarty's Home Interiors, located in Buncrana, are looking for a full-time website and social media coordinator. The role entails managing the company's digital platforms. To get more details and to submit your application, you can search Hegarty's Home Interiors on Facebook or Instagram. If interested, please send your CV to admin@hegartys.ie.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app. This is Highland Radio News.
Good afternoon, it's Lucy Peoples with the news at 1 o'clock. Uisce Éireann are working on repairs to a burst water main in Keena. The repairs may cause supply disruptions to Moss Edge, Keena and surrounding areas in County Donegal. Works are scheduled to take place until 3 p.m. today. Donegal County Council recommends that you allow 2 to 3 hours after the estimated restoration time for your supply to fully return. More roadworks will take place in Letterkenny this week. The De Valera Road in Letterkenny will be closed for a number of days. The route will close from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. tomorrow until Friday to facilitate essential road resurfacing works. One lane on the De Valera Road will be closed during the day from Tuesday until Friday the 8th of September. A two-way traffic system will be in operation to facilitate this from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A driver who was arrested last night when caught travelling at 160 km per hour in a 100 km per hour speed zone was charged to appear in court. Letterkenny Road's policing unit conducted speed checks last night and a number of fixed charge penalty notices were issued by them in respect of speeding offences. These drivers will now face a fine of €160 and will each receive 3 penalty points. Gardaí are urging road users to slow down in order to save lives. 2 men arrested in connection to a major PSNI data breach have been released on bail. Reporter Chloe Gibson has more.
The suspects in their 20s were arrested under the Terrorism Act following a search in County Armagh yesterday. It comes after details of around 10,000 serving officers and staff was mistakenly published online last month. 4 arrests have been made to date. Meanwhile, a woman who was wrongly linked to the PSNI on a poster erected in Derry believes she's been made a target for an attack. The unnamed woman, whose details were plastered over a bus shelter in Dungiven, says she isn't a police officer and has never been employed by the PSNI.
A potential future US presidential candidate says the UK needs to do more to restore power sharing in the north. The Stormont Assembly has been in limbo since May 2022, with the DUP refusing to appoint a speaker until the UK government abandons EU checks on British goods arriving into Northern Ireland. The UK's Minister of State for Northern Ireland last month said negotiations on the Brexit Windsor framework will not be reopened. US Congressman Brendan Boyle, who has strong Donegal connections, says the UK government must fulfil its duty in the north.
They need to speak up and to do more to attempt to motivate the contacts they have in the DUP to take up their seats in Stormont, again, because it really is in the best interest of all the people who live in Northern Ireland. In the end, I would say it's as much in their interest, especially long-term, as anyone else's.
Using tents to accommodate Ukrainian refugees is not ideal, according to People Before Profit. 750 Ukrainians are set to move into the electric picnic site from Tuesday after those at the festival have gone. The government is putting them up at Stradbally because it hasn't been able to find housing for them. People Before Profit TD Gino Kenny says the state must ensure it's only temporary.
I don't think it's acceptable, and I don't think it's suitable in the long term for people to stay in accommodations such as a tent anyway, because obviously in the weather, obviously it will be more inclement over the next 3 months. So if it's very short term, okay, people may understand it given the gravity of the situation, but long term it's not feasible.
The Taoiseach says the recent spike in road deaths is not a blip and needs to be addressed. Leo Varadkar says he's deeply concerned about the matter and has written to the Garda Commissioner about greater enforcement. He's also asking for a meeting of the Ministerial Committee on Road Safety after a month marked by horrific tragedy on our roads. Tina Gates reports.
Leo Varadkar says he's concerned we're now going backwards when it comes to road safety, adding it needs further focus and attention. He was responding by letter to the road safety group Park, who'd written to him outlining serious issues they felt had to be addressed urgently. They also pointed out the extremely high number of road deaths for August, which has been the highest in years. The Taoiseach says he's spoken to the Garda Commissioner Drew Harris about the need for greater enforcement, and he's contacting Justice Minister Helen McEntee and Junior Minister Jack Chambers, suggesting they convene a meeting of the Ministerial Committee on Road Safety, which he's willing to chair.
Now for your weather update. Today will be dry with a mix of cloud and spells of hazy sunshine. Highs of 18 or 19 degrees, moderate southwest winds with stronger winds at times along the coast. That's all for now. I'll be back with your next news update at 2 o'clock.
Your voice, your station.
On Highland Radio.
All right, you're very welcome back to this special programme. We're broadcasting live from London at the 2023 Vintage Charity Day. It's organised by the London Irish Vintage Club, and we want to really say a big thank you for them inviting us again. It's a wonderful thing to be involved in, a wonderful thing to be a part of, and no stranger to this event, like myself, is Margaret Rose Cunningham, manager of the Glen Columkill Folk Village. Good morning to you, or good afternoon. Nice to have you back on the show.
Oh, it's great to be back on the show, and you do a great job over here, Greg.
Thank you. And you're doing, what are you doing, Yusuf? In fact, I think, Kevin, that's on the second camera here. You have a table there. Tell us what you're doing here today.
Well, we're doing a mixture from spinning wool to weaving to St. Bridget's crosses, and people have a chance to actually make a cross if they want. And then we're kind of doing a little raffle to help out some of the churches back home in Glen Columkill. And we're just having a wonderful time. It's just fantastic to be back here. We're kind of promoting the culture of Glen Columkill and Donegal, and we're having a good time along with it.
Yeah. And I mean, there is Glen Columkill is kind of like, I don't know how to phrase this in time to sound too soppy, but it's a very important part of Donegal, Glen Columkill, if that makes sense.
It is very important. It's kind of, I suppose, because it's kind of slightly isolated, so much has been preserved in that area. It's very spiritual, very beautiful. But one thing that really helped us is the Wild Atlantic Way. That kind of give a voice to all the little places like us. And the other thing that's kind of rejuvenated us is the pandemic. People are now reaching out for kind of tangible, earthy things. And we've had a great year, a great season, and we're very grateful. And we're very grateful for our friend Peter McGinley, who invites us over here and helps us out, and Brendan and Michael Cunningham and all the London Irish Vintage Day.
sometimes we don't really know what's going on in our own county or just up the road. So for those who might be listening in the northwest region, what is the Glencolumkill Folk Village? What does it have to offer?
Well, it shows the way of life come back to the 1700s. There's kind of 6 thatched cottages all together. We're overlooking Glen Beach. We've cliff scenery, we've culture, we've lots of lovely things, beautiful tea house as well. And Nick, very exciting, Liam Neeson made a movie in our folk village last year, in the Land of Saints and Sinners. One of our cottages was his set for the movie, and that's going to premiere at the Venice Film Festival in October, so we're very excited. It's going to be great for the whole southwest Donegal region, Kilcar, Glen, the whole area.
And it actually does have a real tourism benefit to it. It's hard to measure it, isn't it? But people watch those films and it can be the little push they need to come over and visit it.
It will, because the Banshees of Inisherin, it premiered at the same place and it started off a whole ball in motion. But we have seen where they took some of the clips and the scenery and the whole creation around it. And the jobs created for local people at the time was amazing as well.
And are you open through the winter, or what's your operating hours heading into, I suppose, September? Because now, are you open in September? Because we got rid of the kids now, a lot of us.
Yes, we're actually open until more or less the first week in November, which is brilliant. You know, things have been lengthened out, so we're really happy to be in that position now.
Will you go up and tell Derek Ryan to shut up so I can do my radio show, please?
I'll tell him to hold on, throw away his hat. I must say a big hello to Maya Byrne from his daughter Christina and grandson TJ were here, and I want to say hello to Maya back in Kilcar.
All right, thank you so much, Margaret Rose. Lovely to see you again. Garmaigut. You are tuned to a really special show. I think it's special anyway. We are broadcasting live here from London. I hope you can I be heard? I can be heard, because Derek Ryan's band is just warming up behind us here. I can't hear my own voice. But anyway, hi Greg, Audrey's tuned in Claddagh. Enjoy your day. Hiya Audrey, great to have you on board. Play a request for Christy and Noreen Sweeney at the London Vintage Show. Thanks Greg, that comes all from all the family in Drimnagh Creasla. And I see also that we have the London Mary from Dungloe here as well. I've dropped it. Thanks. I dropped my little note. Okay, we're joined now by Martin Fraser, who is the Irish ambassador. A very good afternoon to you.
Hello, very nice to see you.
I'm sorry about the noise, but I'm assured we can be heard clearly at home. What a day. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's an absolutely beautiful day. The sun is beating down here in London. There's huge crowds, all families, young children, the older members of the community, everybody from all around Ireland here in London having a fantastic day. You swear you're in Donegal, it's so hot.
And tell me about your role as ambassador. What does that involve, and where are you based, and what do you do?
So I was appointed by the government last year to come over to London. I'm based in London. A lot of my work is to deal with the politicians in London, the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, the Secretary for Northern Ireland. We go down to the House of Parliament. I have a big team in the embassy. We have about 80 people. So we deal with the politics and the relation between Britain and Ireland. We would have been involved when the President and the Taoiseach came over for the coronation and for the Queen's funeral. And then we also do work with business, with trade. We have a strong cultural element in the embassy. We do book launches, we do musical events, we try and promote Irish culture. And a very, very important part of what we do is we work with the community. So here in London on a day like today, I was in Birmingham last week, I've been in Newcastle last week, travelled to Liverpool, Manchester, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Cardiff, all over Britain where we have the Irish community. So we try and represent Ireland in all its dimensions here in Britain.
And events like this are great for you because, you get an awful lot of Irish in the one place.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's an awful lot of Irish people. The flags of the 32 counties are very much in evidence here today. So you see people from all walks of life, people who are here for decades, people who've been here a couple of years, young and old, and it's wonderful, and it's wonderful to travel all over Britain and see how the Irish, and some people, have troubles, and the community's getting a bit older and they need a little bit more help, and it's one of the charities we're supporting today here at this event is the Hospice. I know you were talking to them earlier on. So yeah, the community is changing, but it's still very vibrant, and there's so many Irish people who are all over England and Scotland and Wales making great contributions.
Has your role changed post-Brexit? Obviously I'm not fully familiar with all elements of an ambassador's role, but has it changed at all post-Brexit?
It has. So I worked on Brexit at home because I worked in the Taoiseach's department for many years on Brexit. So now Britain's not a member of the European Union. So they don't go to all the meetings in Brussels that my colleagues go to from the Irish government, or that the Taoiseach or the Taoiseach will go to. So we're now in a country that's outside the European Union. So I work with all the other European Union ambassadors here in London. But we have the common travel area, which allows people from Ireland and Britain to travel freely. But yeah, Britain now is in a different economic and political space to Ireland, much more than it was before when we were both in the EU. So we have to navigate that. It's more complicated. You can see that with the Brexit and the protocol and the Windsor framework and all that politics. And that's a permanent change now that we're going to have to deal with. We're going to have to think differently about how we deal with Britain, because Britain's going to behave differently.
Martin, it's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Not at all. Lovely to see you. Thanks.
That's Martin Fraser here, former Secretary to the Government and also the Irish Ambassador. I can't hear myself think. We'll go to a break after I speak now to our next guest on the show. It is Aaron Doohan. Come in, Aaron. I can't throw my voice all the way over there. Aaron Doohan is the Mary London for 2023. I was hoping I'd see you here. It's great to see you here. Talk to me about your Mary from Dungloe experience. Did you enjoy it?
I had the best experience ever. I met so many amazing girls. Everyone got on so well. We were treated like royalty going around Donegal. I really, really enjoyed it. I'd recommend anyone to go for it next year.
You did London proud. You did Creaslough proud.
Oh, thank you.
And you've still got the sash. You're still the London Mary. That's an honour in and of itself. And you carry that crown for a year.
Yeah, so I'm still the London Mary till about May, June next year. So I'm here today at the London Irish Vintage Club Day, and then there'll be the Donegal Dinner Dance sometime in November as well. So there is still a lot of events. And
I'm still waiting for an invite to that, by the way. I don't know why I don't get invited every year. No invite comes.
Oh, maybe this year.
I don't think so. I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, come here. What was I going to say to you? What's life like for you in London? You like the big city, do you?
Yeah, I love it. It's busy. Love it. But definitely won't stay forever. I'm a country girl at heart and can't wait to go back home to Creaslough.
Yeah, it's a different way of life. It's a different pace of life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different way of life. Like, you honestly don't stop, like, to be honest. You don't have any time for yourself, and it's that expensive as well, like.
Yeah. You have to get the balance right. But still, it's a lovely experience to be able to bank, and then it won't be money you're banking over here, but it'll be experience.
Definitely not, but it's great for teaching experience, because at home, you know, it's hard to get maybe a permanent job and stuff, so it's good on that side of things.
We need to get that sorted so we have people like you working at home.
Definitely.
Lovely to see you again, Erin. Okay, thank you so much indeed. Take care. That's Aaron Doohan, who is the Mary London for 2023. We are broadcasting live here from a beautiful, sunny Tyrconnell Gales GEA ground. We're here for the 2023 Vintage Charity Day and with the guests of the London Irish Vintage Club. We'll be back with more. Should we do a few requests? Are they requests, are we? Okay. We'll do a few requests before we take that break. I want to say hello to Margaret Reddy. Maggie Den, you'll know her as Maggie Den. She's in Clonmany. Big hello to you. Bernie McNulty is listening on the bus from Bristol. See you later at the Vintage Club from the Dolls. Make sure to come and say hello to us as well, okay? We're going to be here most of the day, I would imagine. Keep your requests and dedications coming in to us. 086 60 25,000. If you're listening from outside the Republic, of course, 00353 86 60 25,000. Or give us a call on 074 91 25,000. We've still got loads of guests to chat to over here in London town, and we'll do that after this break.
Tá modna in ESB Networks ag gobar le na chéintú go bhfuil síl glán letrach in anún go léir an éireann. Agus mar chud san chlár náisiúnta an méadrú cliste, tá méadid cliste letrachas á sitsálinis agan i cheantar. A bhuichas is beag billa measta a dheofatú. Cabhair se leat súla chuineal ar an méid letrachas a úsáideann tú ar bhealach níos fearr, agus ba fáil agad ar thorgaí agus seirbhísí cliste. Déanamid sangó leat ribh hitsal de bhéidir. Tá tuilleadh eolais le fáil ag esbnetworks.ie/smart meter.
Donegal County Council has prepared a proposed material alterations to the draft Letterkenny Plan and Local Transport Plan 2023 to 2029 for public inspection. Public consultation runs from Friday 11th of August to Friday 8th of September 2023. For details, see consult.donegal.ie.
Beat your personal best with top brands and premium running footwear from Michael Murphy Sports in Letterkenny. There's new arrivals from Asics, New Balance, Brooks, Adidas and Under Armour in a range of structured and neutral styles. There's also free next day delivery on orders over €85 at michaelmurphysports.ie.
The best music on your station. Highland Radio.
Yes, Kevin, thank you very much indeed. He's too controlling. Anya Curran is joining us now from beautiful Glencolmkill. You're very welcome onto the programme. Great buzz around the place, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, very good, yeah.
What?
I love your pun there as well.
Anya is involved with Donegal Bees. Tell us about Donegal Bees.
Well, Donegal Bees is just a company that sells beekeeping equipment. We have over 1,000 products, and we're also hoping to go into tours and courses within the next, by October. So.
I keep wanting to say buzz, but I don't want to do it on purpose, because I was going to say there's a bit of a buzz around beekeeping at the moment. But in all seriousness, I just seem to be talking to more people that are interested in getting in hives and stuff. Can you perceive that renewed interest in beekeeping?
Oh no, there definitely is. There's more of an awareness of the importance of the bee to the ecosystem, as well as that too with sustainability. It all goes hand in hand as well. So there's definitely more of a younger generation that's more aware of the importance, and also then it's just people that always wanted to take it up is now taking it up as well.
Yeah. I presume you ship stuff all over the place.
Oh, we do. We ship all over Ireland as well. So we've customers in Cork and Donegal, so all over Ireland, so we do as well.
And so talk to us about the products. Is everything to do with beekeeping, I presume?
Oh yeah, all the equipment is to do with beekeeping, so there's over 1,000 products, so it ranges from hives to the queen rearing equipment to frames and foundation. We actually are the only company in Ireland that produce our own beeswax foundation, so and it's a mix of Irish and European, so it's actually very unique in that sense as well.
What's the most interesting thing about bees?
The most there's so many. I suppose that people don't realise how important they are in terms of if the bees aren't looked after within the next, in terms of food and stuff, you wouldn't have half the amount of food in your stores. They pollinate the fruit and everything. So I think that's the other thing. There's a renewed interest with farmers because they now know the importance. So a lot of them are even getting hives within their farms and stuff to help pollinate their plants as well and their crops.
And I was going to say here in Donegal, but over in Donegal too, you have people who, I don't know what the word is, but the bees pollinate particular plants to make a particular type of honey. Like it really is quite detailed and complex if you want to get into it. I think heather honey and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's actually a real awareness now of heather honey. So it is actually a lot of the same qualities of the Manuka honey, so there's great healing properties in it. So it's actually as well, you're always better to buy local honey in your local area because if you have asthma or anything, it's really good for you as well. So yeah, the heather honey is actually, there's been a lot of research done on how it's beneficial as a Manuka honey.
Did you know that honey is the only food source that without contamination will never go off?
Yeah, that's true. It never goes out of date.
I do my research, don't I?
Oh, you did do your research now, in fairness.
It's a remarkable thing. Like it'll never go bad as such.
No, it'll never go bad. Even sometimes people see it and they think it's crystallized. You just heating it up. It never goes off. So it has an endless life.
If people want more information about Donegal Bees, where do they go?
Okay, so just go on to www.donegalbees.ie and we're there online. So.
Do you call yourself the queen of the company?
I don't know, would Thomas be happy with that, the co-owner, but I suppose we're all worker bees and trying to do our bit.
No problem. There's no sting in the tail to this interview. Thank you very much indeed. I'm so sorry. Can I just apologise? Thank you so much, Anya. And I want to say hello to my own Hudson. Mummy and Daddy are away. I think Hudson might be watching the show. This boy. I think Hudson might be watching the show at home. Hi, Hudson. Paul Rooney, come in. How are you getting on? Paul Rooney, Slim Attraction. I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, no.
It's nice to see you sober.
Ah, sure, I'm always sober, me.
I wasn't on about you.
Oh, yeah, you're sober.
No, I'm only joking. You were in Tifty's last night.
I was, yeah, a great night. It was good to see you all and good to see you come down there. We had a good night there in Tifty's.
Talk to me about you. Do you live here or do you travel over for gigs, or what's the story?
Oh, I live here in London and I play all around London and I do tours in Ireland and I do trips to Spain as well. I just want to say hello to all the cracking across the crowd, Evelyn and all the gang. I know they're listening. So,
have you done that gig this year yet, or is that to come?
That's coming up in October.
Lovely.
Doing Jimmy's and I'm doing Nathan's as well. It all kind of runs together. So
I mean, it's great fun. You know, you get to know the people. You get return regulars and all that too. But it's work. Like it's you have to put the slog in, don't you?
Oh, you do. You have to put your time in as well, and you have a bit of fun as well. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah, but it's good fun. It's great to meet people. You're meeting new people all the time. People you don't see, like, don't come to London or might not be at gigs where I'm playing in Ireland. So
you're a Fermanagh man, is that correct?
Yeah. I was born here in London, but
right.
my mum's from Fermanagh. So.
Yeah. So do you live in Ireland? Have you ever lived in Ireland? Because I actually thought I could get a bit of an Irish accent off you.
I did. I bought it in Tesco's, the accent. No, I live in London here, but I spent all my summers in Ireland. I was living in Longford for a while as well, a few years ago. So.
That makes sense. Just like the likes of Tiffany's last night, and there's numerous, the Claddagh Ring and all that. Yes, of course, there are people from the local communities and area in there, but it's a bit strange, isn't it, that you're over in London and you're playing to almost an exclusively Irish crowd in a business run by Irish people. It's kind of, until you're there, you have to pinch yourself and say, well, where am I?
Yeah, you do. You think you're at home most of the times. Just probably 80% of the crowd will be Irish or London Irish, you know, like myself, so it's good. It's good to keep it going and keep it the Irish.
And you had these two boys singing last night, Sean Quinn and Kevin Fury.
Oh, they've done a great job. I'm thinking of booking them for next year as well.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Sean Quinn, give him the microphone. You're finished.
We were trying to get you up for a song, but you were lucky. You got away with lightly.
I got away. Listen, it's great to see you, Paul. Thank you very, very much. Where are you gigging, and where can people get more information about you?
Well, I have a Facebook page, Slim Attraction. You go into Slim Attraction, and that's mainly how I do things. And
people can find out about the Hooli and the Costa and all that kind of stuff.
Just like to wish Brendan and all the gang here, all the committee on the Vintage Day continued success, and here's to another 10 years. So.
Hear, hear. Thank you so very much indeed. That's Paul Rooney, a.k.a. Slim Attraction. Okay, our next guest is Becky Clark. Becky, come over here, please. Becky Clark and Mel Reid. I hope you can hear me okay. Talk to us a little bit about St. Joseph's Hospital. You're the Events and Fundraiser Officer. You're Becky, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
You're the Events and Fundraiser Officer at St. Joseph's Hospice.
Yes, so St. Joseph's Hospice was founded in 1905. And it was founded by 5 sisters who came over to Ireland. So we're really quite lucky to have that Irish heritage of that's how we started. And we're one of the UK's largest, we are the UK's largest hospice.
Oh, wow.
And we have about 6,000 patients.
And it's an amazing role the hospice plays, and I think really it's only when you or someone very close to you avails of the services, because we're also joined by Mel Reid, who's head of fundraising at St. Joseph's Hospice. I'm putting that question to you, Mel. It's really only when you have to engage with the services you realise how amazing they are.
That's right. I think a lot of people think of hospices as being about death, but actually we're very much about life. The amazing people that work at the hospice help patients and their families to live the best life they can for whatever time they've got left and make the most of the time that they've got left. We do that with a holistic approach to care. It's not just about our clinical services. We also have a wide range of supportive care such as complementary therapies, counselling, practical support. Everything that you might need when you're diagnosed with a life-limiting illness is about supporting you and your family through that whole journey, and we're there for you every step of the way.
It's a complex space to work in too, Becky, isn't it? You know, because you've got people with different religious backgrounds, no religion, people coming to terms with, you know, passing on, so to speak. Like, it really is, it has to be tailored to each individual.
Yeah, we really pride ourselves with going the extra mile and, like you said, treating people as an individual, really thinking about their needs. So the kind of care that our nurses and our staff provide is completely different depending on the individual, and making sure that they feel like a person at the end of the day, not like a patient. It's very much about, like Mel said, enabling them to live their best life as long as they can, before, and it's very much so about living life until unfortunately it gets right to the end.
Yeah. And Mel, I think we can never underestimate too how it helps not just the person but the people around them. When we know someone is as happy as possible, as safe as possible, as secure as possible, as supported as possible, it makes a really difficult time more manageable.
That's right. I think when you're diagnosed with a life-limiting illness, it doesn't just impact on you, it impacts on everybody that's in your life. So we are there just not for the patient, but for their wider family, their carers, supporting them with practical and emotional support. And we provide bereavement support for family members after a loved one has died at the hospice as well. Because actually, that's a huge part of dealing with that, is about having the support you need to get through that.
And I presume it's the same here as it is in the likes of the Dungloe Hospice and elsewhere. A lot of your fundraising comes from people who have had someone through the system, because then you go, wow, okay, other people need to be able to have what we had, other people need to get those types of supports. I'm not saying it's all of it, but it's a significant part of it, I presume.
Yeah, definitely. So we have to raise about £6.5 million a year to keep the hospice going as it is, and so many people who are doing fundraising, it's their opportunity to give back. They want to make sure that we're there for someone else's family, someone else's loved one, and being able to support that. So yeah, very much so. That it's really thanks to our supporters that we're able to do what we do.
Mel, how do people get more information?
Just visit our website, which is www.stjh.org.uk, and you can find out more about the services that we have on offer in East London and how you can support us as well.
Well done, both of you. Clearly very nice people. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Becky Clark, Events and Fundraising Officer at St. Joseph's Hospice, and also Mel Reid, who's Head of Fundraising at St. Joseph's Hospice. Okay, let me see. Do I have some more requests? Of course I do. Hey, Greg, have a great day. Hearing you loud and clear. That comes in from Olive. Thank you, Olive. Hello to all the car crew in London. Down at the show for the day. Enjoy, from Nana in Donegal. Hi Nana, thank you so much for listening. Hi, say hello to Brian Corby, working in London. Lots of love, Mummy, Daddy, Kevin and Lolita, Caitlin at home in Culross. Don't worry, Mum, I'll keep an eye on Brian if I see him. Also say hello to Shanna Tiffany, working in London. Love from the Corbys. And hi Greg, lovely to listen to you in Newtown, Cunningham. Love from my hometown, London. Great Cockney accent. Give us some slang, Fiona and William. All right, calm down, mate. That's not. I don't think that's offensive, is it? Anyway, my apologies if it is. We'll be back with more live from London after we take this break.
Enter the Virgin Media Playhouse and unleash our best offers. It's time to play with our €100 gift voucher to spend your way when you choose full fibre 500 meg broadband for just €39 a month for 12 months and no activation fee. So switch today at virginmedia.ie. Virgin Media. It's playtime.
T's and C's apply. See virginmedia.ie. Subject to location and availability. New customers only. 12-month contract. 500 meg broadband. €70 thereafter. Ends October 11th, 2023.
Hi, Paddy here at Shane Conley Cars in Donegal Town. Are you looking to upgrade your car? With Shane Conley Cars, you'll find makes and models for every budget. Great finance options, and we also accept trade-ins. Check out shaneconleycars.com or call in to us at Shane Conley Cars from Lonaher Road, Donegal Town.
Is the appearance of your staff important to your business? It's the first point of contact for customers when entering your premises. At C&M Embroidery in Letterkenny, they have a huge range of clothing covering all areas of the workplace. It's widely known that customers warm to and trust employees that present themselves well. Have your company name embroidered or printed on all your work uniforms. Contact C&M Embroidery on 07491 28097 and get your staff looking their best.
Highland Radio, your voice, your station.
Okie dokie, very welcome back to London. We're broadcasting this special show between 12 and 2. And by the way, stay tuned to Highland Radio. The busy weekend of sport continues with Oisin Kelly and the crew. They'll keep you up to date with all the championship action taking place across the county. I think it's 4 games today, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Mark Monagle from Malin joins us. Good morning.
Good morning, Greg.
How are you getting on?
Not too bad. It's a lovely day here today in London.
Is he 1? No. Is he 2? the big Hawaii 5-0?
Yeah, 50 there next week, so yeah, we had a bit of a celebration on Friday night in the Claddagh Ring. With a lovely turnout with people from all over, from Ireland. Really nice to see family and friends there, you know, so brilliant night.
Happy birthday to you, I'm sure it was great. And I think you said you're heading away to the...
Yeah, we're heading off to the World Cup in France next Friday morning. We're going out to watch a couple of games out there for supporting the Ireland rugby team. So yeah, really
So you're well looked after.
That's a nice birthday present. Lovely.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's a brilliant, and it's young now, 50, which is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, family, the wife and the kids looked after me really well this last couple of weeks. So really happy.
Right, talk to us about the next big event that's been organised.
So I'm involved in the Donegal Association along with Tony McFadden and Claudia Connolly, and we organise 2 or 3 events every year. The next one coming up now is the senior lunch. It's only 3 years old this year, it's the 3rd year, and it's going from strength to strength. We started off with 40 seniors. Last year we had about 60. This year we're hoping to have about 100 seniors for lunch. And it's all supported by the Donegal Association and the Donegal Golf Society in London here.
And it's at the lovely Claddagh Ring location as well too, so it's beautifully set up for them.
Absolutely, it's upstairs in the Claddagh Ring, the 3-course lunch there, drinks, we have a lovely raffle, and yeah, it's a great day from 2 till 6. And we try and get as many seniors to come on the evening as we can. Yeah,
and it's not just about the lovely meal and being looked after, there's loads of entertainment and stuff as well.
Yeah, we have a band over, we have a couple of guys, local guys coming. One plays the accordion, the other plays the banjo. We have a few little Irish dancers doing a little dance. And as I say, we try our best to entertain all there, you know.
And talk to us about the Donegal dinner dance. That's coming up in October, is it?
Yeah, the Donegal dinner dance is the big one for us. It's held in Hilton and Wembley every year around the 23rd and in November. We get about 500 guests. It's a huge night out. Again, that's the main one for the Donegal Association. Tony McFadden's our chairman there. But yeah, it's a huge night, very big night.
Brilliant. Well, keep it up. And again, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much.
Great to chat to you. That is Mark Monagle, who is from Malin Head, and he's talking about that Donegal senior lunch, which is taking place on Friday the 22nd of September from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Bit of live music going on here next door to us. We'll try and get maybe a wee clip of that a little later on. Okay, Niamh, who am I speaking to next? Thank you so very much indeed. Ian James is joining us here live from London. He's director of Wet Wheels Hamble, another of the chosen charities that's benefiting from an event like this. And I suppose it's important, isn't it, to have the revenue streams, because people are generous, but everyone's feeling the pinch at the moment. So to have an income is getting more and more difficult, I'd imagine.
Absolutely, and we are very, very, very grateful for the London Irish Vintage Club and their community to select us as one of their charities.
Wet Wheels is relatively young. Tell us about the charity and its formation.
Wet Wheels was founded in 2011. It was the brainchild of a yachtsman called Jeff Holt, who was a paraplegic and quite an extraordinary man, and he came up with the concept of how he could get participants with wheelchairs actually on a powerboat and experience the thrill of going at speed across the water. He created the first boat, which was Wet Wheels Solent, and we were the third boat, and we're a operating CIC, and the boat was funded by people from the local community and the yacht clubs around the village of Hamble on the south coast.
And I mean this in the best possible way. It's so random that it has to have someone with the notion and then the drive to make it happen, because it's as I say, it's brilliant, but it's kind of random too.
It is, and I think that is the thing about Jeff Holt, being a paraplegic himself, and also he did a transatlantic sail on his own, and that's as a paraplegic, and as well as going around the world, around the UK as well. So he had the vision, and then we've picked it up and run with it.
And what feedback do you get from your clients in terms of the experience?
Well, and this is where the power of the healing effects of being on the water comes in. From dementia patients, we find they start to come alive, and anecdotally from the institutions that they live in, They go back with quite a buzz. They can start talking to our very, very highly trained crew, who are specially trained to deal with all types of disability, who are all volunteers, I have to say, right down to participants who are highly autistic. That we get them on the water initially and they're looking around and not particularly interested, and when the boat goes fast, they almost like come alive, and it's that sensation of the smell of the sea, the movement of the boat, the noise of the engines, and the wind in their face. And that sensory overload has quite an extraordinary effect on all our participants.
And I love the name, Wet Wheels.
Yes, that was coined by actually Jeff Holt himself, who used to write for one of the yachting magazines under the name Wet Wheels.
That was his handle, okay.
That was right.
Brilliant stuff. Well, I'm delighted. This is really filling up here, and every person comes in here. It helps to support brilliant charities, 4 of them, I believe, including Wet Wheels. Ian, it's been really enlightening. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and once again, a really, really big thanks to the London Irish Vintage Club and the community for selecting us as one of their organisations they're supporting this year.
Super, thanks Ian. Okay, that is Ian James there, Director of Wet Wheels. Right, we are going to take a break, shall we, Kevin, or what do you want to do? No, we'll crack on here. Colette Keaveney joins me now. Hiya, Colette. I think I've spoken to you before, Colette.
Possibly, yeah, maybe.
I'm sure I have. You're Director of the London Irish Music School, set up in 1999. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so basically we do a lot of work in like local primary schools, and children do like lunchtime music clubs, and then that leads on to after school clubs like Cayley Bands, Group of Girls, Second Pint and Flowers, sessions, everything.
And obviously this is then introducing a new generation to the wonders of music, and particularly this genre.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people are maybe second generation Irish. Some families no Irish in them, but they like the music.
Well, it's an international language, music, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, it's specific to certain areas, but music's music.
Yeah, 100%, I think. And a lot of them, it's just friendship groups, and they hear one person's doing it, and then they just more and more get involved.
And how many people do you work with? How big is the operation?
There's me, and I've got another lady who does who is a harp teacher, and it's evolved with a lot of pupils. Their parents used to play with me, so it's kind of maybe 5 or 6. And then we also do work with another London teacher, Karen Ryan. She organises the Return to London Festival every year, so yeah, it's a big one.
And for some, especially when you're away from home for quite some time, you want to feel a connection, and it can be through language, it can be through music, but there's that want or that need to sort of, celebrate who you are.
I think definitely, and then when we do get the opportunity to go to the All Ireland Flower, those children, their families, they bring grandparents, and the whole family come along to listen, and they're very proud of them, as they should be.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure, thank you.
That is Colette Keaveney, Director of the London Irish Music School. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be joined by our next guests as we head towards, believe it or not, the last 15-20 minutes of this show. Stay where you are. We'll be back very shortly.
Want to live a more sustainable lifestyle, but not too sure how to start? Join me, Donna Marie Doherty, every Tuesday at 12:30 for It's Ours to Protect to learn all the tips and tricks. Ours to Protect is funded by Commission Naman with a television licence fee and is a partnership between Highland Radio and the Independent Broadcasters of Ireland. Check out ourstoprotect.ie for more info.
Encountering wildlife under South African skies. Setting sail on the Danube. Discover more with Travel Department and save up to €100 per person on guided group holidays, now and in 2024. Sunsets in Sorrento, exploring Egypt and the iconic Nile River. We'll take care of everything. Flights, accommodation, excursions and expert guides. All you have to do is book. Go to traveldepartment.com. Let's see more. T's and C's apply.
At Allstate, we provide flexible working options that make work for you. You can choose condensed working or a flexible start or finish time. Choose to work from home or the office whenever you want. Don't miss out on the moments that matter to you. Make work for you. Search Allstate NI Careers today.
Join me, Marty Friel, this and every Friday night from 8 for Rockin' Hits on Highland Radio in association with Arena 7 Letterkenny, the best family entertainment complex around with bowling, laser quest, soft play centre and more. Visit arena7.ie.
Okay, you are very welcome back to this special show. We're broadcasting live from London, as you would know, and we are on air until 2, and we're about to get some live music for you right now. And who's going to introduce these people for me, I wonder? I'll just step outside here, and who shall I speak to? Who's going to speak to me? You'll speak. Who have we got performing for us live here now?
This is our under-15 Ceilidh band, who recently played at the Flower in Mullingar. So they're going to play 2 reels. Oh, the names are... What are the name of the reels? 2 reels. I can't.
Shall we let the music do the talking?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, guys. Now, I know you're competing with the band here, but take it away whenever you're ready. About that. Is that the 2 of them, or do you have one more? And you can. That's the 2. All right, okay. That's fantastic. Thank you so very, very much indeed. Okay, we are live from London. We're going to wrap up proceedings here in a short while, but we've had a lot of people looking for the Tumbling Paddies. So, whilst we line up our final guests of this afternoon on this show, we'll hear the Tumbling Paddies. including this lady standing beside me. What's your name and where you're from?
Kathy Slevin from Buncrana.
And are you over here just for this event?
No, I've been over here for the last 50 odd years.
What? Well, we've still got a Buncrana accent.
Yeah, I've never lost it.
And come here, do you want to say hello to anyone?
I'd like to say hello to Mary, Eilish, Eunice, Jeanette, Bernadette, Sean, and Bernadette, Sean. I think I've got everybody there.
And do you listen to Highland Radio over here?
I listen to Highland Radio nearly every day.
Do you have a favourite programme on Highland Radio?
Sometimes I'm top fan on radio.
Say what?
I'm a top fan
Yeah,
on
but
radio.
listen, read the room here. Do you have a favourite programme on Highland Radio?
Yeah.
Which one?
Actually, you.
Yeah! It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, a dentist has it handier.
Lovely, thank you, yeah.
Thank you so much, and it's lovely to come over here and meet you as a top fan. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you, please God, next year.
Indeed, God willing. All right, there's another gentleman I want to say hello to. Here he is. Okay. This is another gentleman. He says, will you play a request? I says, you can play the request. What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Damien Gillespie from Sheshneel Balbafay.
Lovely part of the world. Damien, come here. Who's at home listening?
My mother Teresa's listening, and I think all the family. So I wanted to say a special request for Mother Teresa. She's well known around Balbafay. She's always out walking the roads. And then we mentioned as well for Emer and Sinead and Louise is up in Nace there in Kildare, and Liam, my brother, he's actually out doing a Camino walk.
I was going to say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Your mother's out pounding the roads of Balbafay. He's out pounding the paths in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, he was out there last year and he walked from Lisbon to Santiago, and now he's doing the northern route. I think it's 790 kilometres, so I think he's about 300 kilometres through. So I wanted to just say we mentioned to him, so, and as I say, all the friends and family at home, all the Gillespies and all the O'Kanes from my mother's side, and I wanted to do a special mention as well to my wife's family, all the Fishers. There's a big crowd of them there in Letterkenny, so and Mark, the brother, who's based in Derry.
Do you get home much, or?
I'm over and back a good wee bit. I'm in business in Dublin in a few weeks, so I'm trying to get down for the weekend, so I'm hoping to get down. And funny enough, I heard that London Masters beat Donegal Masters yesterday, so I'm an ex-London player, and I played for Donegal as well when I was younger, but I was speaking to David Cannon there, and I believe they're playing Derry, so London against Derry coming up, I think, in the weekend of the 23rd, and I'm actually home that weekend, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Brilliant, great. Thanks so much for calling up and saying hello to us. It's lovely to meet you. Brendan Tiny Vaughan's going to come in now here. Brendan, we're heading towards the end of the show now. The crowd really filling up, so to speak.
Oh, it's fairly packing up now, so it is. Oh, so look at today, we have 27 degrees.
Is it 27 degrees?
27. It feels like that to me anyway.
But you always have that hat on. I mean, you need to let some air at the head.
So nobody would know me if I didn't wear the cap.
Come here, Bren. You must be really pleased now that this day is here. There's an awful lot of organisation, phone calls. I mean, me and you have a laugh, I know that, Brendan, but it's a big piece of work that you and the team do here.
It is. I mean, Joe Shevlin from Ardra was involved in the application to the council. You see, back at home you can pull into a field and you just do it. Here it's a wild lot of red tape. We're walking about there looking for an ambulance, and because there's one around the corner, that's no good. You have to have the ambulance there. It's a wild palaver. You don't realise how much hassle we have here.
It's the red tape, Brendan. It's the red tape.
And I'm not fond of red tape. It's either black or white.
Why are you still so crabbed and cranky? I mean, look around you. You've got thousands of people here and you're still moaning.
No, you have. Hey, as English.
Don't know how your wife puts up with you. She's a saint.
As the Englishman would say, you got to have a moan.
Oh yeah, indeed. And come here, the charities. We've been speaking to many of them that are benefiting from today. That's a really important part of this, isn't it? And it's not overly parochial either. It's whichever charities is most deserving that are selected.
The 4 charities deserve it, and then we had a charity there, the disabled charity down the Scrubs. I said to them, look, we're looking for a bit of ground to plough for next year, and we'll give you the byproduct to help feed your horses. The poor woman nearly started to cry. She says that means so much to us. So I mean, we'll try our best and help them,
And I like too the Wet Wheels charity. We were speaking to Ian, I think it was involved with that. Like, it's a tough sell, I would say, for them to raise funds for that, because you have to sort of explain what it's for and who benefits. Again, for them to be able to benefit from a day like this, it's a great boost for them.
Oh, any amount of money raised, hey, is a big help to them. Hey, it's not, and we're delighted to do it,
Derek Ryan's coming up at 5 o'clock. Are you a big Derek Ryan fan?
Derek is a brilliant entertainer. Yeah, brilliant. I've seen him at Clonmany. Sure, Clonmany's is the finest show in Ireland. There's no question about it. On the Tuesday.
Would you believe I've never been to the Clonmany show?
Well, the Clonmany agriculture show was on for 2 days, and I went on the Monday. Jared Noonan does a great job of it. You know, it's great for the county.
And are you going to be nice to him? Because my memory serves me correctly, you were a wee bit harsh on Nathan Carter last year. You had some choice words for him, pretty much mostly about how much he cost. But anyway, you're going to be a bit nicer. Are you going to say what?
What odds about him, mate?
Are you going to be nicer to Derek this year?
To get up in the morning like me and breathe.
Right, finally, who needs to be mentioned in terms of getting this on the road?
There are so many. Paul O'Donnell, different. Tim Kelly. Do you know there's just so many to mention. Joe Shivlin done a mile of work. Trish O'Driscoll, Maureen there on the laptop. Sure, I couldn't use. The only thing I can do on a laptop is lift the lid on it. And that's about it. And she does the emails.
Yeah, but it took her a month to teach you that you have to press a button to lift the lid.
And all she does, she says, when you go out today, don't swear. I says, the only time I don't swear is when I'm on Highland Radio and I coma in bed.
All right, come here. Brendan, fair play to you for what you do here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for Highland coming over, and Caroline Orr for being in the background, and all the staff that came here today, and yourself too.
Who do I have to try and get an invite to this bloody Donegal Association thing over here? Who do I need to tap up? They don't like me. I don't know what's going on.
Did you speak to Mark Monagle today?
I don't know. I'll try and track him down.
Mark Monagle's a man. He's the vice president of the GA of the Donegal Association. A good man, Mark, and a happy birthday to Mark as well. And hello to everybody back in Carrigart and the Meva Fire Service. You're doing a great job. We have the tractor here.
I want to talk about the tractor because everywhere I go, that tractor's there. It's outside Centra in Carrigart. It was at the Downings Festival. It's been absolutely everywhere, and lo and behold, the tractor's here again today.
Well, that's a host tractor, kindly donated by John.
That's not the real thing.
No, but it's a 135, and anyway,
that one's a bit cleaner than the one you're raffling.
I'll not say anything, but anyway, she's parked in what do you call it, in the Meva Fire Service at the moment. This is a host tractor. And if you're about to buy a ticket, all the best, and thanks for coming over today.
All right, Tiny, thank you very much. Come in here beside me, you darling. What's your name?
Orla.
Orla, where are you from, Orla?
Ireland.
And what are you doing here today? Who are you with? Who's this lady beside me?
Judy.
Julie. And come here, do you want to say hello to anyone?
Daddy.
That's all right, okay. Julie?
Daddy Sean O'Donnell, who's in Terman. And Auntie Mo, do you want to say hello to Auntie Mo?
Momo.
Aww.
And Nana and Grandad, so that's Kathleen O'Donnell, JC O'Donnell, all in Terman.
Lovely. Well,
square.
Say what?
Square.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so that's just to recap there. Orla saying a big hello to Daddy Sean O'Donnell in Terman, Nana, Kathleen, JC, and Auntie Mo. Sean, come in here a sec. Come in here a quick sec. Just wrapping it up now. Oh, look who it is! Hello, come over here, you.
I'll go there.
No, stay there. I didn't recognise you at the Sash of the Crown. How are you?
I'm great, Greg. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's like a little Mary from Dungloe reunion we're having today.
It is. It's absolutely great to see Erin here again today, representing the Irish in London well.
You always represent us really well wherever you are. You didn't need the crown or the sash for that, right? But is the pressure off a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. No, I really enjoyed my year, and it's great to still be involved in things like this, even just in a personal capacity. But yeah, Erin's doing a fantastic job.
Is your nanny here now?
She's not here today, no, but I know she's tuned in. She rang me earlier on. So.
Lovely to see you. You're looking fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Greg.
All right, Sean, come here. Sean Quinn, head of sales here. What time is it? How long's the ad break, Kevin? 1 minute? All right, okay, no problem. It's filling up now.
It's incredibly busy now. I wasn't expecting this big a crowd.
Have you tapped anyone up for cash yet?
Well, one or two. A few sponsors for next year.
All right. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. But isn't it lovely to come over here and engage with people? There's nothing like meeting people in the flesh, is there?
Absolutely. And do you know what? See, from a brand point of view, it's great to be here. Great to be part of it. Great to be invited over. and it's it's just a fabulous atmosphere here today.
And the crowd really is building. For those of you listening, I know there's a couple of hundred of you watching online, but for those of you listening, the crowd's really building. You can see that. Come in here beside me, you. Come in here. Have a wee get up a wee picture taken. But the crowd's really building. It's lovely, isn't it?
I'd say there's going to be 2,000 or 3,000 people here already and building. The weather's unbelievable. We're going to try and bring this weather back with us.
Spotlight. Although apparently it's nice at home as well.
Yeah, that's typical, isn't it? We go away for a couple of days in the sunshine.
Sean, thanks so very much indeed. Sean Quinn there, who's been really valuable as well in terms of getting our stuff together. I want to thank my own Aisling McGeever, who's been helping us here as well, but particularly Niamh Shields and also Kevin Fury and Caroline O'Connor back at base. I think that's where we have to leave it indeed. All right, 2 o'clock news is on the way. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with you on the 9 till noon show on Monday. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Shrink your bill with double savers at Dunn Stores. Save in the aisle with the ingredients for 5 meals for less than €25. That's everything you need for a beef stir fry, fish finger wraps, chicken casserole, vegetable penne pasta and salmon teriyaki. All for €24.68 when you save with the till with a 5 off 25 grocery voucher. Find all the recipes on our website. Dunn Stores. Always